Hello, it's day 8 of our COVID-19 home quarantine. Lunch is chicken, but we already ate it up. But we're having kombucha with pineapple and honey. We have our makeshift bonfire pit. Starla! Hello, Starla! Sorry, nagdaog mi bonfire man ni. Laduhan na siya, friend. Iko, awa ya. Mo nakita niya ikaw, awa. Trok, tislaitan. Binuwang. Kana gud siya isog ba dong?
Hala, patindog man daw.
Di, apil ko eh. Unsa man na ikaw kadagan ko di magbaboy iko. Ayaw din nahurot ang baboy di ay. Hello, good evening. So today I'm in the farm. We will be installing the solar lights tomorrow, and we also made the bonfire pit and we tried it and it works. It's really fun. The bonfire area is also located near the firefly kingdom, and it's a different feeling when you're here in the farm, and I feel happier and healthier here. If only we can make this more often, but of course we still need to work. Update from my husband is that they got a PCR test today, and they can go home tomorrow once it's already, is it a positive or a negative? I'm not really sure, but he will be able to go home tomorrow, but he will still be in isolation for 7 days. So we're still thinking where to isolate him. Maybe it's better that he be isolated in our Flora's homestay townhouse, but he also wanted to be where the garden is, so maybe at home, or since he wants to do a lot of tasks here in the farm, so once the guests will check out on Sunday, we'll block the schedule of the whole 7 days so that he can be isolated here in the farm. So it's healthier. He will also be more productive here. We will be moving some of the footpath and then signages and a lot more things. You know, here in the farm I always have something to work on, so something to plant, something to clean, something a lot. Maybe tomorrow, if I have the time, I'll also put the tree tags. One of our projects here in the farm is to be able to tag the trees and add labels so that we will be able to account for the number of trees and what kind of trees, so that when visitors come, they'll be able to also learn about that particular tree, or they will know its uses. Here in the farm, we are advocating for as you know, sustainable organic agriculture, and also we have a native tree collection here in the farm. So I wanted to put clearer signages or tree tags to the trees, because we placed a bamboo slat before, but the bamboo is already rotten and the labels have faded. So before it all fades and I'm still able to determine the name of the tree, then I'll add it. I'll slowly label all the trees that we have planted, and also identify the existing trees here. So far, I was able to identify two, I think two native trees, the Ficus benjamina and the Bayag Usa. So both are native plants here. We want to plant plants that are beneficial to the bees and the birds. We want them to have like a little sanctuary here where they can enjoy and eat and thrive. Also, we have a new neighbor here in the farm. I am very particularly happy because they also want to practice organic agriculture, or just they want their farm to be fully organic. So they're located at the leftmost part of the boundary. So yeah, hopefully we can have more organic neighbors, and having like-minded neighbors is really beneficial for each and everyone. Of course, because of them, I'll be able to expand our organic zone for our bees and for the animals, for all the insects and the wildlife here. They also like pets, so yeah, that will be interesting to have neighbors, because we've been here for a year without really a neighbor on our boundary. We're also slowly going to acquire our right of way, and there's also a lot beside us that is being sold to us, but it's not titled. So be wary of buying lots that are not titled, because it's not really yours. The government can take it anytime if they need it, or for any other lot as well. But I really like to add more area for the farm. So if possible, hopefully we'll be able to acquire it. It's 7,800 or 9,700 square meters, so almost a hectare, but it's also almost 3 million. So I don't know where to find the money for that, but once you already have a plan, and even if you don't know how to achieve it, just keep on doing everything daily, the steps that will take you to that dream. Because you cannot just say, I don't have, it's hopeless, I don't have this, I don't have that. But if you slowly do the things that will finally lead you to that dream, then of course that dream will happen. We also wanted to stabilize our water source collection here in the farm, so hopefully too we can work on that. But of course we cannot do it all at once because budget. In a farm, the first maybe 5 years is really just outgoing. Of course, now after a year we're able to harvest already, and we start to reap the benefits of what we have done so far around the farm. But still, it's still not enough to sustain itself. That's why we open the farm to guests during days that we are not here in the farm, so that we can have at least even a small income to augment the farm developments. It's not really something for profit, it's just a way to sustain, even maintaining the farm. Because if you have a farm, you also have to think about how you will be able to sustain at least the first 2 or 3 years in your farm, because you will not have income during that time, or if you have income, it will never be enough to sustain whatever activities: fencing, clearing, building the house, developments, acquiring plants and animals. So you should be able to account for that. Of course, you can do it yourself, but still you need to buy materials to do the fencing. You still need to buy materials to do the house. Here in the tree house, all our glass are recycled. um, we collected wood, hardwood, whatever we can get our hands on for the materials. Water closets, even the screens here are from a greenhouse. um, so if you have the financial capability to do it, then do it all at once. Here in the farm, we are trying to be as sustainable as possible. Well, the first goal that we did was just to plant, and the first, like, immediate goal is to have at least a little sustainability on the food side. But on the income side, no, you cannot expect to earn on the same year that you bought your farm, unless the farm already has established trees like coconuts. But still, it's never enough, because in our Leyte farm we do have like thousands of coconuts, but it's a seasonal thing. You only harvest like maybe twice a year, and that twice harvest is just to like do some farm developments. What we did first is to fence, and fencing will cost you really. So, but of course, if you do not do it, then you will never get to it. So whatever you want, whatever you wish to accomplish, you have to start doing it. And even if you don't have the land yet to do the farm, the universe will listen to you. If it will give you what you want if you're ready. So when we did not have the farm yet, we already started farming in our house. We did not have a single piece of land to farm before, but we have like hundreds of fruit tree seedlings already growing in our home. So when we finally had the farm in Leyte, we're we were more than excited. So I think we shipped like 5 truckloads of seedlings there. But since it is a very large land, so it's still not enough, but at least it's already growing. um, we also want we also envision to be able to educate we also wish to educate our farmer neighbors, so that it's also beneficial for them, because we do not plan to grow everything ourselves. Like even here in Hacienda Gracia, we want to empower our farmer neighbors, so that they'll also make a living out of whatever development we have here. For example, now we are training our neighbor farmers how to rear organic chicken, rabbits, ducks, the works. So every time we need ducks or chicken or rabbit, we can always order from them, or at least give them like some form of livelihood by whatever development that we have here. It's important that you involve also the farmer around you, like build yourself a sustainable community around you, because that will really help a lot in your development, to have like-minded people around you, for the farmer neighbors to understand how important it is to take care of nature and be organic, the works. So, but having an organic farm is something that you need to um, lead by example, because here when we started, the whole neighborhood was using chemical fertilizers and pesticides. So now that they're seeing that the farm is growing and thriving even without that, they kind of think, oh, how is it possible that they're able to do it? Because at first, of course, they'll tell you it's not possible, that it's easier to just spray herbicide on your weeds, that the plant will never thrive without fertilizer that are synthetic. Even our farm supervisor here suggested that we use um, synthetic fertilizers, but we strongly, vehemently uh, advise to no. We will never allow them to use it. And this farm is not for profit, it's for our health. So what's the use of planting our own food if you're also trying to kill ourselves by putting in fertilizers? So that's just the first goal here in the farm, is to have sustainability on food and to be an example to our farmer neighbors and to the community that having an organic farm really has a lot of potentials and benefits for your health, and also of course maybe someday earn an income out of it. This pandemic taught us that health is wealth, really. And if we are not able to take care of our body and stay healthy, then we don't have that much of a capability to fight the virus, because this virus has no medicine just yet, and your only power against it is to have a healthy mind, a healthy body, and a happy heart. So that's it for today. Have a good evening. I hope you have a restful night tonight. Tomorrow here in the Philippines is a holiday. It's a day of valor, araw ng kagitingan. So we don't have work in the office tomorrow, but we may have some overtime. But we will be going back to the city around 11 a.m. tomorrow, because we have guests that have been booked for the weekend. So we just went here to set up the bonfire area and some other nooks and crannies here in the treehouse. So it's it's ready for guests, and of course when we use it. We're also meeting some contractor tomorrow to do the individual huts for the farm where the guests can stay, because we want the treehouse to be exclusive to our family. So we will be building separate native huts for guests particularly. So that's the plan. I hope you have a good night. Thank you for joining me on my day 8. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. So update from the quarantine facility, they'll be undergoing a PCR test in the next 2 days, I think, and after that, once they are negative, they can go home and do a 7-day isolation. That's it for day 8. Don't forget to subscribe to our Ashenda Gracia Dream Life channel.